Hey friends, it's Joe from DadBod. Today it's around 5 a.m. in Japan and 83 degrees. We've been hitting the 99s. I don't know when we're gonna break 100, but it's just awful. Also, it's day 43, so let's get to work. Let me pop you on my head. Now today, we are in, I don't know, the phase of half marathon training where I would call it climbing. We've already done 6 weeks of building up like just core strength, running form, consistency. You have like a baseline of strength and endurance now at this point. And now we get into the climb. And what I mean by the climb is every single week we tack on a mile. We edge ourselves out just a little bit farther. All right, let's get ready to go. And 3, 2, 1. Begin the workout. Now, right away, find that throttle pace. Because today we got 4, so we can't mess around with coming out too quick. We really want to find a pace where we can control breathing the whole time, where we can tell ourselves we're not in a hurry to run any of these miles. Now, if some of you have been running for a long time, sure, you can do more. I don't know what was right to do there. Did you feel that? I don't know if you felt that my pace picked up just because I was running past that guy. Oh, it's murky today. Interesting, somebody poured milk in the river. It's funny, I woke up today with 2 sore feet, even though I didn't do anything yesterday. Happy Samas. Actually, the water looks kind of low today. Get your breathing. You're doing good. And that lady ahead of us, she's got a nice speed walk. So if that's what you're doing today, keep it up. It still counts. Her walk is my jog. We got the cicadas out today. It's nice. You all ready to work today? Have you resolved to go 4 miles? It's okay if you have some uncertainty. So do I. We've talked about doing a body check, right? Like, this morning I woke up, a little bit of compression on my spine. Actually, right away, I tried to do like a glute bridge raise or whatever, and my back was like, what are you doing? Put that butt back on the ground. Whoop. My hips are too wide. But I rolled over, got out of bed, put my first foot on the ground, my right foot has a, sometimes it's really intermittent and I haven't gotten it checked out yet,
which is on me. But sometimes my right foot will have some stinging pain, just with like certain flexions. Like if I'm doing a child's pose for a really long time and kind of flexing my foot backwards, I gotta bring my pace down. But if I'm doing child's pose for a while and flexing it, nothing will feel wrong during that. But then when I stand up, I kind of like a sharp discomfort. So even when we're doing like it's this ones I complain about all the time. Well, actually, I complain about everything. The bent over deadlift, single leg, single arm deadlift row. When I do those and I'm standing on my right foot, sometimes if my body weight causes me to go forward in that way, I feel a pain there. So it's consistently intermittent. So I might want to get checked out. Anyway, woke up, put my foot out of bed. Very first step, I was like, ah, crap. So to compensate, I pull the other foot out really fast to bear weight. But I came down on my foot a little bit on an angle. And then my ankle was clicky. Not a full rolled ankle, but it felt vulnerable. By the way, you're like at half a mile. You're an eighth of the way done. See? This is easy. You're doing great. No need for coaching today. I'll just tell stories. I mean, you know you can do this, right? Like, you did a 5K last week. So all you need to focus on right now is do a 5K. And then there's a very small decision we'll make to just tack on a little extra. No big deal. You don't even gotta think about it. Trick yourself into running farther. Whew. All right. It is hot. I'm feeling the moisture leave my body. Anyway, second foot feels rolled in the ankle. So as I'm like hobbling out of bed with my 31-year-old, 80-year-old body, the very first things I experience, and this is a normal day for me, but it's like anxiety and fear that I can't run. That today's the day where I fall off the path, where it's all too much. And here we are, 0.6, no pain. I'm doing good. But we do have those dastardly steps ahead of us. That's funny. I whine about one flight of stairs. Some of you, your half marathon and all your training is 100% hills. Oh, we're gonna get closer to Tamagawa today. That city's gonna get pretty close. Whew. Here we go. Tuck the core. Well, me. If you're on a hill, tuck your core. Noise. Whew. nice form. Guy had great posture. I would have liked to see a little bit more lean, but he's got a rhythm that works for him. Everyone's posture and gait's a little different. So anyway, friends, welcome to the trail. Now the real work begins. But like any day, I woke up with fear, anxiety, waddled around my house, had to start dealing with all that negative self-talk, that I made a mistake, that I'm too big to run, that I'm unhealthy, which actually isn't really true. I'm heavier set, but I'm pretty fit. There's all these little demons on my shoulders. You know. Ohayou gozaimasu. Those are my favorites, man. The happy Obachans, they're the best. They see this big white guy with a camera on their head and they just smile, and I can actually just smile back and say hello. That's the best. There's some people where I can tell, like, oh, who's that guy? Ohayou gozaimasu. Like that guy. So friends, you're almost a mile in. But if you woke up with all these insecurities, all these feelings that you don't belong, that you've made a mistake, that you're not ready, or that you can't do it, like, put all that to bed. You belong. Every workout is what it is. Do what you can do. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep press and play. And give it your best. If today something's grinding in your hip or your back or your feet, and it's a walk day and you're gonna walk 4 miles, or heck, it's so bad you're gonna walk a mile, that's okay. I'll catch you next week for 5, right? You gotta work with the body you have today. We're not here to get injuries. We're here to build strength and endurance, to challenge ourselves, starting with our mindset, and then the body will catch up. So when you wake up with all those doubts, you gotta speak some affirmations over yourself. You are beautiful. You're wonderful. You're determined. You ran a mile. Yeah, 12:43. That's slow for me. I could be running 11:40s. But it's also ludicrously hot. It might not look it to you, but it's dreadful for me. We're getting into peak summer Japan. And you know what that does? Kills my pace. Because the air's so thick, it's like you're swimming through it. It's funny, that's a great achievement, hit in 1 mile. But my mind's like, bro, that's only a quarter. You really gonna be out here for another 36 minutes? Yeah. Yeah, we are. We got nothing better to do except what we're doing right now. No time for email. Ohayou gozaimasu. Oh, it's new. They put in a little sand ring there. That's very nice. It's for the children. So we're just past the mouse. Let's get some double inhales. Now, depending on your breath work, you might get a little lightheaded during that. Please don't pass out. Don't be too forceful with it, right? Have some control. But it is bringing in extra oxygen. And the other thing is it's allowing you to be in control of your breathing and your movement, as opposed to the challenge of the run being in control of your heart and your movement. And it's like a mindset thing it helps with. Just giving you a sense of control and authority over your body, this run, this experience, and shaping it into what you need it to be. Let's keep pushing, y'all. You're doing good. We're catching a sunrise. It's beautiful. Every morning, wake up at 4:30, make my pre-workout, step out on my little Japanese balcony, drink my pre-workout, and pray. Because I was. Step out and pray. Today was super cool because I stepped out there and I beat the sun. That's like one of my biggest mindset things. It's harder in Japan than in the US because let's get control. Let's get control. We're doing good. Let's see where we're at. 1.32. Keep it up. Keep moving. Take some breaths. Keep your rhythm. You got this. Keep rolling your arms around. Wiggle your legs a little bit. Squeeze the walnut. Tuck the core. We run with our core, people. We know this. So if you're just running with your legs, you're vulnerable. It's not going to be comfy on mile 3 or 4. Anyway. In Japan, they don't have time zone changes or daylight savings time like in the US. And there's a whole debate whether or not that even makes sense. But for me, with daylight savings time, it is a little bit of an ego for me, because if I wake up at 5:30 and go out for a run, whew, we're in the work zone today, man. Feeling it today. Well, if we wake up, go out for a run, like maybe within the first mile, the sun starts to come up. It just feels like you're breaking into the day before everybody else. It's a huge mindset lift for me. In Japan, that's super hard to find because everything's shifted, kinda, so the sun starts to rise at 4:30 or earlier, depending on what season. Because in summer, the days are longer, right? But now that we're mid-late July, the days are starting to recede. All right, friends, 1 second, I'm gonna pause. Keep going. I'm gonna pause the story. Let me check. All right, you're at 1.5. You've been here before. This was your normal turnaround. All you gotta do is trick yourself to run 0.5 farther. You know that if you were turning around right now, even though it would be hard, you would make it home. So you need to trust yourself that you can edge out a little bit further. I'm not asking you to go a mile further. I mean, in reality, you will. But from a mindset perspective, you're just tacking on an extra 0.5. All right? This is the challenge zone of our runs because that's where the choice is. Do we press out a little further? Do we stop? Do we walk? Do we keep throttling? To keep going is always hard. To stop and then go is always harder. So, press on. Press on. All right. Where was I in my story? We're getting closer to Big Blue. There's the city. So anyway, morning sunshine, right? This morning, step out my balcony. And I did get moving a little quicker this morning. Popped up at 4:31. Landed on my ankles. I was like, oh my God. Hobbled up the stairs. Normally I go straight to the bathroom. I was like, I don't have the pressure yet, so let me make my pre-workout. Let me get some sunshine. Whew. Keep it uphill. It's hard. But lock it in. Step out on my balcony. Grab some sunshine. I guess I must. And then I get out there and look. And like, it's like golden hour, like pre-golden hour, which means the sun, it's just edging up over the horizon, kind of like that. Right now we have the hill to help, but I'm above the hill where I live. Keep pressing on, y'all. You're doing great. You're almost halfway. So that was really cool, like to get out and beat the sun. Because yesterday, I had a lot of anxiety last night. We tried to go to like a new grocery store. Y'all are like, you went to a grocery store and you have a lot of anxiety? Yeah, you must be super fragile. Well, yeah, everything's different in a new country. Whether it's learning how to drive from A to B, figuring out how to park, figuring out how to shop, figuring out how to move through space with 3 hungry kids. Everything has a level of challenge to it. So yes, it was hard. It was anxiety provoking. Afterwards, me and my wife had a good discussion, good argument, and a little bit of a fight about it. And I went to bed feeling overwhelmed, like this whole week is already shot before it starts. And that's just not true. But they're the things I go to bed thinking. They're the things I wake up hearing spoken over myself. And go on my balcony and pray. Go for a run. Everything is mindset shifting. Keep pressing play. Keep showing up. We're at 1.88. Alright, I'm only asking you to go 0.12 miles farther. Alright? Because we're not doing loop running. We're doing line running. And you have the endurance and the strength to go 0.12 farther. Because you've already run that distance. You went farther in your 5K last week. Let the last mile worry about itself. Show up in this mile. You can't run a half marathon in the first mile. But things are getting beautiful. Now I get a treat at mile 2 I didn't tell you about. But once we start upping the mileage, gooey packets show up. I love me some goop. It's half sarcastic. Oh, keep going straight. You're almost there. I know it's hard, and you're not gonna stop. There you go. Don't stop. Turn. Turn the boat. I just gotta tack on my extra 0.15 so I can end at the lazy river. Turn the boats. Alright, I got 0.1 for me, and I get to join you on the return. So you're ahead of me. I mean, same distance, but go ahead, feel like it's a race you're winning. Find your posture. Oh, how sounds. That's one of them seasoned OG sons. Dude, some of them Japanese grandpas, next level. My goodness. The pace is beautiful. So there's our big blue, all right? Eventually we're gonna run across that sucker to that city. So it always gives us a good, challenging target. And there's the empowerment that comes from each new half we add on to the loop. We always stretch a little farther. I think we're close. 0.03. Good, good, good. We're gonna do 4 today, friends. We really are. Start believing it. Because right now, this is where, yes, last week's run probably started to really become a struggle. I mean, it might have been hard the whole time. Bye, Bridge. It might have been hard the whole time, right? Could have been a walk, jog nightmare. I've done those where it's like you just can't keep jogging, but walking's like endless and you're just stuck in the sand. But even though it was crappy last week, at this point, you gotta tell yourself you trained. You worked your hamstrings, you did squats, single leg squats, be that. You did deadlifts, you did rows, you did shoulder presses. You're working with a different level of strength today than you had last Monday. On top of that, you did a bonkers fart leg where you went between your trottle pace and a faster run. So you pushed your heart, your cardiovascular strength and endurance is higher today. So that means you can make it back to the return of that last workout and then just edge forward a little more and keep tacking it on. You're doing good. So I get a treat because that works so hard. This one's tastefully nude. There are all these different flavors. And this one's flavorless. Now, whew, it's hot. Super hot. These things are sticky. I always bring a bag. And that way I can kind of like slurp the whole thing down. But the edges will still get gross. And I fold it up and shove it in the bag. The coordination of doing this and running and breathing is challenging. Some people might walk, do it and then start. I prefer to just jog through it and then settle afterwards, even if my heart rate spikes and my breathing loses control. So let's crack open it. Whew. This is just gonna give your body a boost. You hear that nose breathing? It's because it's goopy. It's hard. Roll it out. Round 2. Now, actually, let me finish this and then I'll talk. You're doing good. Now, some of you might like variety in your runs. You might do different loops in different places, or maybe you travel a lot. That's totally cool. And sometimes when I travel for work, there's variety. I haven't traveled a lot yet, so we haven't really had that opportunity. Actually, I think I did one in Osaka. Can't remember. Oh, we did that damn castle workout. Crap. In the rain? That's so stupid. I'm so stubborn. All right. Keep it up, y'all. You're doing great. It sucks, I know. I'm not asking you to run this last 1.5 miles right now. I'm asking you to run the next 0.1 miles. And when you get there, think about the next 0.1. It's really a step-by-step mindset. Sometimes you just need to look forward instead of at your feet and be like, I'm gonna run to that bush. And I'm not gonna consider stopping or slowing down until I'm past that. And we'll delay that decision. We'll just delay it. We'll push it out. I'm tucking my core again. That heat's getting me, y'all. It's rough today. I hydrated really well, but it is rough. Not a fan of summer. No, sir. All right. I want to talk about gooey packets, but it's hard. It's hard out here. It's hard, it's rough. There's certain body check pieces that aren't super thrilled right now about this decision. I'm telling myself I'm still in control. I'm still rocking the pace. Ain't nothing wrong with back sweat. Sometimes those grunts, they just help me bear through. But good breathing, probably more helpful. Luckily, you just get to run and listen. Focus on your breathing. You don't need to have no conversation. Unless you're running with a friend. Which, kudos to you. I can never find someone with the same schedule, same passion, and same pace as me. But if you can, by all means do it. I just don't know what that's like. It's hard staying the throttle. I've wanted to walk for about a mile. All right? It's hard to talk and run. Wow, gozaimasu. Trying to keep good form. I'm gonna look at my phone even though I know the answer. All right. Woo! 2.75. Let's go! You're like, Joe, my heart's beating out my chest. My legs are dying. You're super hyped because we're almost at where we were last week. You told me I was stronger. You told me I had more endurance. But this is just as hard. I can't imagine going past 3.1 miles. Well, all right. You ready for your motivation? You could always quit. You don't have to be here. But who's gonna carry you home? You already committed. You went the extra half mile out. You've already run the extra half mile in. Why don't you just trottle through that last crappy mile? Just get it done. Push a little bit safely. Because if you're injured tomorrow, you can't squat. But let's walk together. It's all right. Here, I'll take you down. We're gonna walk with a strong pace. I want it, you want it. And we're gonna tell ourselves this doesn't mean we failed today's workout. It means we had to modify our pace and get control of our breathing and our form. All good things. I'm gonna give you a 1 minute come down. I'm gonna take it too. And while you're walking, butterfly out your arms. Open your chest, squeeze your back, kind of like a back row. You're pulling it back. Make yourself keep moving with good form. Because we're still gonna push here. We're still gonna bring it back, even though that sun is getting me bad right now. And at this point in the run, I'm on a little bit of a water island. Actually can't think about where one is along this path. So I also need to be safe, just like you do. And if it's peak August or July for you, and this is your first time pushing up to 4, and you haven't been able to control your breath, you're losing control, we bring it in. And I'll tell you what, when you hit 4 miles, it is still a massive accomplishment. All right, and I'll finish it out with you. Could I be running right now? Yeah. Maybe you can too. Maybe you have been. Awesome. Finish out. Everyone goes at their own pace, their own way. But we all go the same distance.
Total distance 3 miles.
There you go.
Time 38 minutes and 31 seconds. Split pace 13 minutes 17 seconds per mile.
Now see, Vanity would show up and be like, yo, you just hit 3 miles. I'm glad you enjoyed that little 0.07 mile walk. You're running this last mile from start to finish. If that's the case, yeah, go run it. Go ahead. I'm gonna stay in. I'm gonna stay in with you. I have increased my walking pace. I've been actively trying to get my form. There's a little bit of a twist in my spine and abs, like things aren't firing and pulling the same way. So I'm just body checking. In fact, I'm gonna stop and do a couple hinges. Oh, that's, yep. That is what it is. Let's do 5 of them. Ugh. I'm gonna make it worse for us in a second. Whew. Let's walk up to the bush. We're gonna do something different. We're still gonna make it work. We're still gonna achieve. Even if the sun's at our back. We're gonna break that mile into reasonable pieces. Reason being, we're in the ladder phase, we're in the climb phase, and the first time you hit that first rung, I don't want to expect that it's easy and goes as planned. So if you're a goes as planned person, keep pushing. Please ignore all this and go. But I think there's a lot of people that are struggling at the 5K still. All right, we got a couple squats. Let's do 5 squats. Ooh, yeah, that's hard. Ooh, that turned on. That hit some delicate muscles, man. Certain things are working, and certain things are strong and not sore. You work different muscle groups at different times. All right. So let's do 5 breaths, and then we'll talk. But keep throttling, well, walking if you're walking. Keep plunking along. We're not stopped. Because we still got to get home, right? We're not going to call up our grandma or mom or our spouse and ask them to come drive and pick us up a measly 0.9 miles from our house. We can get back. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do, friends. I don't really know based on where I'm at. When you bring the heart level out like I just did, it is very hard to come back in and hold in. So this is, for me, this is like the dead zone. You can hit it on any race, any run at any point, where now you're in the walk, trottle, die cycle. But we're here. So we got to learn some of that mental fortitude. We got to show up. So we're going to set distance, visible distance goals. We're not going to say, let's run for 2 minutes. Let's walk for a minute. We're not going to make unrealistic expectations on ourselves that we're going to decide to run and finish out. Some of you can do that. Please do that. But where I think we are is this is the edge of what we're capable of, and it's hard. And we don't know if we can push to 4 safely. So we're gonna work with that insecurity. All we're gonna do is jog from here to that bush by OG-san out there. And then we'll walk, and then we'll figure out the next target. So lean forward, tighten your abs and glutes, pick a slow pace. Don't be in a hurry, that's the hard part. Nice and gentle. Because you're fatigued, you're gonna want the discomfort to be over quickly. That's gonna trick you into trying to run faster than your cardio, your heart, will enable you to do. What we wanna do is train into that sustainable cardio breathing space, even though we're fatigued. So it's harder to control that because your calves burn, your thighs burn, your knees are sore. And you want out. This is our bush. Just jog past the bush. And then we're gonna slow down to a walk from this bush to that bush. Don't just stop. Bring it down. Stride it out like a little lunging hop. And then give yourself a downtime. Get your breathing. It's gonna be an interval. It's gonna feel like a fartlek. And a fartlek after running 3 miles is super challenging. But what I'm gonna try to do is get you closer and closer back to your trottle pace in a more sustained way. We're gonna ramp up from this bush to that bush and run to that farther bush that's lit up by that guy in the black shirt. Ramp up easy, Throttle into it, and you're at a slow jog, not a run, because that bush is kind of far away. It's probably, I don't know, 0.05 miles from here, but those 0.05s add up. All right, so we're really breaking it into measurable chunks we can see, but we're always running towards something we can see and visualize, so we're not crushed by how far away our house is, because it's really not that far. It just feels far because it sucks. Keep your pace low and slow. You're not there yet. Hold in it. Keep it low. Remember, we gotta waddle out of it. So we're gonna decelerate a little bit longer from that bush to the farther one. Here we go, decelerate. Keep bounce striding it out, but slow. And walk it. There you go. Oh, no man's land. Fun. Give you a walk. That's hard. Get your breathing. All right. We're gonna increase pace at the jungle gym. We'll be at full speed at the yellow sign. And we're gonna run to the end of that bridge out there. Again, a little farther, but slow pace, which is difficult because it won't end quickly. It's gonna be uncomfy. All right, start to stride it out. Little hops, little hop lunges forward. Get it moving and lock your throttle and stay in it. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. I know you don't like it. Don't rush it. We gotta get home. And home's not 0.1 miles away. It's 0.7. Yeah, 0.6. End of the bridge. Not the start of it. Hold the pace. You're breathing. It's hard. I'm breathing. Hold the pace. Hold the pace. This is gonna count. You might end every long run in this space, but you know you can end it. That's what we're training. You can end it well. There are many people that walk, jog whole marathons. Now, some marathons with a time cutoff won't allow that, but others do. So it's okay to train that strategy. At the end of it, keep going and decelerate to that bush. Don't stop. Bring it down. Lunge it out. And walk with good posture. A lot of you, when you hit the walk, you want to collapse your body because you're tired. You're exhausted. I'm gonna walk up these stairs now. Oh, it's gonna burn. I'm so glad you don't have stairs right now. Oh no. Oh. Oh, this is bad. This is the worst, man. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, frick. Ooh, gotta breathe for me on that one. All right, burn it down so we don't look weird. I guess that was. Keep it going, but let me. I'm breathing. It's hard. Those stairs got me. We're gonna keep walking, but when you hit that walk, you cannot slump. I don't know how to show it while I'm wearing a GoPro. We know good form. You need to walk with your stomach still tucked, your back still tight appropriately, that walnut squeezed, so it's safe. And when you have stamina in those muscle groups, which you might not be at fully yet, but that's what protects us, we start venturing out farther and farther. So even if you're not there, work towards it. Now look, I'm not even gonna show you how far out we are from home. You may have checked already, you might know on your app. We're just gonna go till my phone tells me we're done. So we're gonna ramp up from this post to that post. And I'm gonna break my rule. We're gonna run around the corner until we get to the first intersection. So someone's got their wheat protein, got their priorities right. Priorities. Whew. So you sick of me yet? Am I helping? A lot of things I asked her in one-on-ones with like interns at my job is like, is this helpful? All right, let's throttle, hold it. And they're like, well, of course it's helpful. Because I'm us. Not this intersection, y'all. About to make some feel grumpy. Because I'm us. Don't get in a rush. I'm in a rush. Talking to myself right now. Keep it low. Because what might happen is based on what happens in runs. I'm gonna cross over. Is like, this might be mile 3 of your half marathon. If you watch the Lake Yamanakako video, not this intersection, the one up there, keep throttling. I know it sucks, keep throttling. But if you watch that video, I think mile 3, I got wrecked by a death hill. I just didn't plan for it. Ego took over. I tried to like think I had more cardio than I did. And the first 2 miles after that was this mess. Was trying to keep progressing. But my lungs, my cardio, my reserves weren't there. But I kept gooeying up on those packets. I kept crossing milestones. Eventually I got some rhythm back. But even the back end of the race, it was right in this mess. Because that's what I had. All right, that's our intersection. But we're not gonna stop. We're gonna decelerate to the tree. We're gonna stretch it out, even though it's uncomfortable. And we're not gonna be at a dead stop at the tree. We're gonna be walking with good form. Bring it in, slow it down, hold your core, and walk forward with purpose. And yes, your breathing sucks. You're out of breath. It's difficult. But you're doing it. That bird just caught a cicada. Well done. Wow, that cicada's fighting for its life. Oh my gosh. No, it's dead. That bird's gonna take that sucker. Whew. All right. All right, we're moving. We're doing good. I'm being a little hard on you. Mondays are the hard days. But we're still here. We're still moving. And it's just as hard for me. All right? I'm pushing myself. And today I got humbled a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. It's hot. And I'm rebuilding towards half marathon physique. So I'm in the journey with you. We're gonna increase pace at the yellow sign. And at the telephone pole, we're gonna start jogging. We're gonna jog to finish. I think it's less than 0.1 miles. So whenever my phone makes noise, then we celebrate, all right? Increase pace gradually. Keep increasing pace. Don't rush it. You want it to be over. You want to run fast. That's not what we're training. You don't need to sprint the end. That's in some ways, that's a vanity sprint this early in the program. Finish steady. You've done enough work. Finishing steady takes a lot more resolve. Stay in it. How is that on? Control your pace. What are you running for? I mean, you're 43 days in. Why are you even here? What's it all mean to you? Find a why. Because it's uncomfy. So you need a good reason. Okay, so much.
4 mile. Total time 54 minutes and 5 seconds.
Alright.
Split pace 15 minutes 35 seconds per mile.
There you go. You did it. Excellent work, friends. Let's pass OGs on and we'll talk. All right, friends, that's good work. Now I'm gonna let you walk. We're gonna come down a little bit. We are gonna skip our little reflection spot just because it's Monday. I got things to do. But give yourselves a little bit of a true cool down walk. You can loosen your form a little bit. You can breathe and pant, but don't collapse. Walk through, get that little bit of extra cardio. I'm so proud of you. 4 is tough. We did it together. It counts. Kilometers wise, that was like a 7K. So, see you around, friends.